On Network Africa, Ghana to resume domestic flights by the weekend. Report says Kenyan Research Center is running out of COVID-19 test kits. Plus, TikTok Gates Foundation pledged $20 million to Vaccine Alliance Gavi in efforts to help Africa tackle COVID-19. Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Teniola Shubowale. The coronavirus has infected 34,969 people across Africa. 1,526 people have died and 11,456 people have recovered. Well, let's take a look at all the countries that have crossed the 1,500 mark in cases. Egypt now has the highest confirmed infections on the continent with 5,042 cases, followed by South Africa with 4,996, then Morocco 4,289, Algeria 3,649, Cameroon 1,806, Ghana with 1,671 and Nigeria with 1,532. Meanwhile, the countries with the most fatalities are Algeria with 437, Egypt 359 and Morocco with 167. While in Morocco, some 313 coronavirus cases have been reported in some prisons following mass testing for COVID-19. Most of the cases involve prisoners, but a small number of prison wardens have also been diagnosed. The authorities say they have isolated all positive cases and all warders have been issued with protective gear. There are nearly 80,000 inmates in Moroccan prisons. In early April, more than 5,654 inmates were pardoned by the king to reduce the risk of spreading the virus in overcrowded prisons. Morocco has 4,252 confirmed cases of coronavirus, including 165 deaths. Meanwhile, over in West Africa, prisoners in Sierra Leone's capital, Freetown, have rioted following the confirmation of a coronavirus case there. Inmates at Pedemba Road Prison had earlier set some buildings on fire. The Information Minister, Mohamed Raymond Soare, disclosed that there were casualties, but did not elaborate on the number. The prison was rocked by a series of riots in the 2000s due to overcrowding and poor conditions. Its numbers have risen in recent days with the transfer of inmates from a reintegration center back to the prison due to the coronavirus pandemic. The West African nation has so far confirmed 104 cases of the virus and 5 deaths. Well, following the government's decision to lift lockdown restrictions last week, Ghana's aviation minister says domestic flights are set to resume by the weekend. Ghana suspended domestic flights on March 30th when a partial lockdown was imposed. Its borders will remain closed. The country has recorded at least 1,671 cases of the coronavirus and 16 deaths. Joining us now for more on the situation in the country is Joy News TV correspondent Emmanuel Aboage-Wayefia. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
My pleasure to you.
So it seems life is gradually returning back to normal in Ghana, doesn't it? How do Ghanaians feel about this?
Well, in Ghana, there seems to be some big relief, especially when the president recently lifted the kind of blockade, I would say, on restriction of movement. There was a big anxiety before then because people did not know the extent to which this pandemic or this virus could damage, the extent to which it could damage life, economic activity in the country. But at least it came as a big relief, especially when the president said now internally domestic flights can operate, because as it is now, international flights can no more operate for now. It's still there's still a ban on international flights because of as a way to check the coronavirus pandemic. But for now, there's a big relief in Ghana. People are going by their normal duties, but at least for now, there's so much consciousness because everybody is wearing their nose masks and sometimes the gloves.
But with the resumption of domestic flights, what measures has the government put in place to ensure that Ghana doesn't see a spike in cases?
Well, so like I said, we are so conscious, and the aviation ministry is also not leaving any stone unturned. For now, just yesterday, there was a mass disinfection of the Kotoka International Airport and other regional airports across the country. I mean, this is one of the major measures that the government or the aviation sector is doing to actually curtail the spread of the disease, and it's going to be in phases. It is not going to be the end of it. It's certainly going to be in phases. And also at the airports, there has been an enhanced screening exercise, screening practices for passengers who have to be.
Seems we've lost connection with Emmanuel there. We will try and reconnect to finish off on the discussion. But in the meantime, let's take a look at some other updates coming up now. Well, let's head over to East Africa, where Tanzania's Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa says the country now has 480 cases of coronavirus, following criticism on social media about the failure to give daily updates about the situation. When the government last released figures a week ago, there were 306 cases. The lack of updates has led to speculation that the authorities were concealing the true number of cases in the country. President John Magufuli has urged people to engage in mass worship as a way of preventing the spread of COVID-19. He says the virus is satanic and therefore cannot thrive in churches. Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni has blasted MPs for allocating themselves a total of 10 billion Ugandan shillings, that's about $2.6 million, to enable each of them to raise awareness about the coronavirus. The president said it was morally reprehensible to allocate funding to themselves instead of district committees created for that purpose. Each MP is getting more than $5,000. President Museveni said he would ask the Auditor General to investigate MPs who had already spent the money to buy relief items for their district. He had earlier banned individuals from distributing relief items and urged those who wish to do so to give the items to the district committees to avoid the gathering of crowds. Uganda so far has confirmed 79 cases of coronavirus. The country is in lockdown with restrictions ending next Tuesday.